Hello everyone, this is Darryl20 and welcome to episode 27 of Darryl20's All the Mods 8 Let's Play series, where today I'm looking at how fast I can get crops to grow. And I found something pretty useful actually. Look at my Inferium seeds here on the left compared to the one on the right. 0% went to 71% in a single tick. And then the next tick will bring it up to 100. On average, this crop is growing in 2 growth ticks, where this one's taken like 5 or 6. Okay? Now, unfortunately, it's not super easy to force this to happen because we're just kind of waiting for the randomness of the water shrine. But you can see it went from 47 to 57 there. So, like, you can get on average, right, 71. Okay, boom, that one's growing a grand. Look at that. Look at that. Boom, that one's growing. Oh, he's so fast. What did Dyer do to make this so fast? Look, 85%. Look at it. Now that one's grown, right? So when this goes up, it's about 14%, I want to say, per growth tick, if I'm not mistaken, 14 or 15%, where this one's getting, like, a lot more. What I've applied here is red fertilizer from Farming for Blockheads. There's 3 types of fertilizer. Green, which is increasing crop output, which I haven't tested, but from reading online, it's not great. It's probably not as good as red fertilizer, which speeds up growth. There's also yellow, which prevents trampling, but if I'm just a little careful, I think I should be fine. But long story short, each growth tick seems to be tripled. So whereas this one goes up by like, small increments, this one on average takes about 2 growth ticks to fully grow, where this one's taken like a lot more. So if I use regular farmland and a bunch of red fertilizer in my farm, it should significantly speed up the rate at which crops can grow, which would be cool, which is what I'm going to do. And we're going to test this out a little bit here in a minute. So what I'm going to set up is we will red farmland that, right? So fertilized farmland. And now if we get more, we must have more Inferium seeds, right? Do we not have more Inferium seeds? Where are all my Inferium seeds? Well, there's some in there, so that's cool. Okay. All right, we should notice the ones, on the red fertilized farmland finishing and breaking a lot faster now. So by increasing the number, and obviously I didn't even place the last one here, but that's fine. Look how much better this row is doing than this row, right? In theory, it should be roughly equal the amount that they're being grown. But because this row is that much better, look at how good that is. Have we even gotten a single fully grown crop in this row? No. So fertilized farmland is pretty awesome. It just makes your crops grow that much faster. And the way it works is anytime there's a growth tick, it turns it into 3 growth ticks. At a guess. It might, I don't know exactly how it works. I didn't go look at the code, but my guess is just by looking at it, anytime there's some kind of growth tick, either from a regular, just Minecraft RNG regular growth tick, or the growth shrine that we have down there, it triples or quadruples the growth tick and makes it that much more. So, super cool. Totally loving it. We're going to make our entire farmland out of the fertilized stuff with red fertilizer. And it's not a bad recipe. You just need some red dye, a little bit of gold, wheat seeds, and bone meal. And I haven't tested this, but I assume it lasts forever. But I don't know. It might eventually expire. We'll see if it ever expires. If it ever expires, then we'll have to either A, figure out how to replenish it, or B, decide if it's worth replenishing. Like, because it's good, but if it expires, it might be more trouble than it's worth to replenish it. Now, in addition to that, I wanted to get myself a lily pad of fertility, because that looks pretty easy to do. So 1, 2, 3. Hey, easy peasy. And then a lily pad of fertility. Nice. So that might make things even faster. So how do I place this bad boy? Is there a block space here? Oh, you know what? He might be in use. Do you think he's being a nuisance? That might be a nuisance. He might actually be in my way. I might want to move this up 1, which shouldn't be too big of a problem. Moving this bit up 1 would be a hassle, but moving this bit up 1, not so much. And I could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Should we try it just to see what it's like? Because I kind of want the lily pad to go here. And I'm assuming that this is consuming a block space, and that's a bad time. So let's do this. And I assume you guys went into there. You did. I wonder how much of an effect that has on things. I don't know, to be honest with you. Can't hurt, though, right? So then we would want... Basically, we want to move everything up one. Okay? And then into here, we'll go you guys. Cool. And then we will have our harvest shrine here now. And I'm going to assume that you're going to be able to handle this. Oh, he's still got his elemental stuff in him, doesn't he? Okay. Well, that's fair. There you go. See, because I didn't have the planting shrine upgrade in there, he didn't replant them. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Stop putting things in my hand that I didn't want in my hand. In fact, I'm just going to break all these guys, because we don't need them at the moment. Okay. So now with you all set, we should be cool. And let's just make sure... Oh, see, you do get trampled, don't you? Yeah, that might be a hassle. I have to be a little bit more careful, especially once it's fertilized. Not that fertilizer's, like, insanely expensive, but, you know. Now, I'm thinking I should probably do an ender chest, right? That would be the smart approach to this thing. Oh, and I'm told you can right-click this with... Oh, I don't want it to be white. Why did you have white wool? Where's all the wool? To do wool farm. Do we have any sheeps nearby? Sheeps? Where are the sheeps at? Need a couple pieces of wool. Alright, I'm just going to use string. I thought there were some sheeps nearby, but maybe not. Wow, do we really have such little amounts of string? That's kind of surprising. And in fact, I actually need bone meal to turn into white dye to convert this thing, don't I? Hey. Bing, bang, boom. Okay. There you go. And then let's just make sure that you are also covering that area nicely. Perfect. Okay. So that should be good. Now I'm assuming that we can just do this. Okay. And then we can do the hoe thing. Perfect. And we'll just start with a handful. Well, I might as well just fertilize the whole thing, right? You don't think you're going to be a problem, right? No, you should be fine. Now, in fairness, I could put yellow fertilizer on there to prevent trampling, and I might do that just for funsies, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind you being a level higher now, but I don't want to have to remove this guy, so we'll just do this. That should be fine. And if it turns out that that annoys me, I could always move it up one. But this is to get the lily pad here, or potentially some other block in the future. All right, so this looks good, right? Is this super cool? All right, now let's get into making crops, right? So there's a few things we're going to want to do here. Let's start with a row of these guys. And look at how amazing they already are. Look at that. It is so good. And it's just populating with Inferium now. And we should have tons of this stuff, right? So can we get a, from Mystical Agriculture, let's get the red crystal that we need that will let us infinitely upgrade things, right? And then I'll probably go the RF Tools route, because that's kind of always been the best way to go. So for you, not that. The Master Infusion Crystal is what we want. No, the Master Infusion Crystal is what we want. Thank you. All right, so we're going to want some supremium gemstones, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 supremium essence, right? So how are we for essence? Not what I would call great. Not what I would call great, but we'll see. Okay, and then you can turn into this. And we're going to want another one of these then. Not that it's a big deal. Is that good? 6, right? And then we can get one of these, which needs one of those. Think this is shapeless? It is. And there's your Master Infusion Crystal, which has unlimited uses, which is cool. Which means we can make all the stuff that we want. So now let's pop into here, and let's create a nice spot that'll do my stuff for me. So what I'm going to want is a RF Tools Crafter tier 3, because that's generally the way I want to go with this, right? So you are going to do this. Tier 2. Tier 3. And this is what I've found to be one of the better ways to handle infusion crafting, right? So now if you really want this to be super fast, which I do, right? Because having, super speedy crafting is super fun. Let's put away a bunch of junk that we probably don't need in our inventory right now because we're not using any of it. And it's been in my inventory for so many episodes, I don't even know why I have them anymore. You convert back. Okay. I must have left clicked this at some point. In fact, I'm going to put you away for a moment. Okay. So we've got our crafter. So let's teach you how to make things, right? So from Mystical Agriculture, we'll start with this recipe. Okay, but I'm going to make it a processing recipe. Oh, you want to do that, do you? All right. So what I'll do is I'll drag this in. Now, can I change you? Can I make you higher than 250 than 64? I cannot. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 64 of these. We'll make 64 of these. Okay. Then what we're going to do is say that 4 of these, we'll make 1 of these. 4 of these, we'll make a blue. Okay. And then 4 of these, we'll make a red. You're missing sand. Things I might wind up, doing. We'll figure it out. So does that look cool? Right? So then we'll make 64 of these at a time, but then subsequent ones will be 1 to 4, which is which is fine. Okay. Now we're probably going to want to stage some of this stuff. So let's be prepared. I'm going to want a red. I'm going to want a U. That looks good to me. Cool. Actually, yeah, let's get the half a stack of you. I think it's probably a smart move. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's go get this thing ready and sleep through this night just because of annoying rain sounds. Okay. So with this thing ready to go, did I make a sub basement yet? I did not. Let's find this shouldn't need too big of an area, so let's plop it right here. Is that fair? Oh, and we're gonna totally want a good old crafter here. Let's make an iron crafter. I don't think we need that many slots, but it won't hurt to have a couple extra slots just in case. In fact, I probably shouldn't even waste my time with an iron crafter. We should just do a regular crafter. Yeah, let's just do a regular crafter. Now, what are the chances that you're going to be all cool and let me place this without having to wrench it? Not at all. There you are. And then the pattern's going here. And then let's stage this guy. So he's going to need power of some sort. So let's go ahead and get our flux point. Okay, and do you have... Good. Cool. So I'm going to put you on fast mode, which is going to use more power, but power is not... Well, it's a little bit of a problem, but not too much of a problem. And then I'm going to put this here. We're going to put 4 of these here. Actually, I might do 8 of these. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember. Cool. Did you not remember? Okay. Now you remembered. I think shift clicking might have killed it. So I'm not going to shift click out of there because I think shift click might clear the remembering. Okay, so now for the first recipe, we're going to do all items and input slots are consumed. And then we'll do external C, result of crafting operation will output, but the remaining items like buckets will stay in the input. Okay, and what we're going to do here is simply this. Okay, and apply. Cool. And then over here, external C, make sure it's that, and apply. And apply. Cool. And then for this one, external C, and apply. And for this one, external C, and apply. Perfect. So now if I throw 32 of these in here, boom, it does that. Now I don't know why it chose not to put the master infusion where I told it to remember to go, but that's okay. Sweet. Now if I put these in here, boom. Get it? Cool. So now if I said from mystical agriculture, I would like a dozen of these, it needs 3,000 greens, and it's going to cruise right through. Now what we need to set up is an importer to pull all these items in. Okay, so to get that cooking, we're going to want the importer, and then we're going to want some speed upgrades and a stack upgrade. Okay, and you're going to go right there with these and these, and then a cable like that. And then he should be importing this stuff into refined storage. Yep, there he goes. Nice, right? How cool is that? And then boom, 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 boom. We should be getting everything we want. Now, I did stage a red one there because we may eventually need Insanium Essence, but I have no idea if we will need Insanium Essence or not. But let's see what happens. So now I'm going to say that we should have a lot of this crafting is cruising. We might wind up making this faster. I think if I made this an iron or a diamond crafter, it would be able to insert faster with the speeds. Though speed upgrades may be able to be going in here. I need more sand, obviously, which I might do with mystical agriculture. But anyway, it's working. It's just a little slow. So let's come back in a minute once it's done, and I'll test the speed upgrade bit. Sound cool? But yeah, we're at 6 already, so be there in a sec. Speed upgrade, maybe. Alternatively, I can do the Prudentium turning into the other thing at stacks at a time. All right, so let me just demonstrate the speed change now that I've added speed upgrades here. You ready? So by making this 10. And we're done. Well, almost. There you go. Now we're done. Definitely an improvement, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would call that a win. So throwing speed upgrades into the crafter is the bomb. Totally the way to go. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm not gonna speed up anything else. Um, let's leave that as is, and then let's get back to this bad boy, right? So you're doing actually really quite nicely. We're getting tons of this stuff, right? Which is cool by me. In fact, you may be having trouble keeping up. Why are you having so much trouble keeping up? You might need some acceleration upgrades, Mr. Harvest Spine. Let's do that. I feel like you're already not keeping up, which is concerning to me. Are you out of Earth? Maybe he's not keeping up because we're choking on Earth. Is that possible? That's possible. I should You think that's possible? We might have a problem here. I'm gonna have to babysit for a sec. What I'm gonna do is snag some stuff. Let's move these guys over. Because I don't think we need them down there no more, right? And then let's in fact monitor this. We're gonna want you to live here with this guy. You can measure out the tile entity NBT. And you can give me some of that action. So he's got. So I think what it is because I didn't do the good extractor. I think that's what it's going to have to be. So yeah, let's get a good extractor on there and see how much of a difference that makes. So back in a sec when the extractor's done crafting. All right, so let's see what kind of difference it makes when I use the improved doohickey here. That's doing better. We still may need the accelerated guy, though. It's noticeably better, though, right? I'm going to get a couple more acceleration upgrades and see how that works out for us. We just have to wait for the crafting to happen. But, yes, right? Already better. Already. Actually, one acceleration might be enough. But we'll see what happens. Once the whole thing fills in here, it might not be fast enough. And we'll have to figure that out, right? Let's see how it goes with a third one here now. Well, a second one, really. This will be the third. Once the pure is done crafting. You can already tell it's faster, though, right? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think we'll wind up keeping this. The main question will be, how are we doing with, are we draining too much? I have no idea. We'll find out. But it seems to be good. All right, now let's get some useful stuff over here, shall we? So this is the cadence that we're going to have going forward. I will do one or two of these on camera now, and then going forward, anytime I need a new crop, I'll knock it out off camera real quick. But let's see, how are we for certain resources? We're okay on that. We could use some more iron, right? So iron we can get with iron essence, which needs iron seeds, which is a tier 3 seed. So we're going to need 4 inferium and 4 iron, and prosperity seeds, which I should probably just get a good number of now, right? So really easy. Iron times 4. And then mystical agriculture. We want 4 of you, which should be super quick. See how quick that was? It was quite quick. And then we should be good to go. Hooray! And then we plop that dude down, and he should have no problem, right? Sweet. Now, the question is, what can we use iron essence for? Crimsonite from Create, or just iron ingots. So what I should probably do then is this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up over here-ish. Maybe over here-ish, maybe not over here-ish. How should I set this up? So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to move these two. Okay, and we're going to instead plop this dude here with these upgrades and the cable. So now he can extract from the back. Okay, and then down here, let's get some advanced cable is hopefully enough to keep this guy cruising. And if he's not for whatever reason, we'll deal with that when the time comes. So advanced and advanced. And now I'm going to make another crafter tier well, not a crafter. I want this crafter. Yeah, this guy. So, you, and you. Perfect. And then we're going to have... now, I'm not entirely sure because I'm probably going to want to eventually stack these. So I want to be prepared to eventually stack them. So what we're going to have is 3 import and 3 exporters. Okay. And we shouldn't need speed upgrades or nothing on them. But what I'll do is I will dump all the iron essence into there. And if we need speed upgrades, I've got a few, just in case. Okay, so the first recipe we're going to have is just going to do all external, and it's going to be this, and apply. And that's it. Okay, and then when I put this in here, I'm going to remember that spot for those, so that there's always room for that guy. Okay, so now we should be able to refined exporter. So I'll stick the importer on the back to keep the same thing going on, but then we'll import to the side. Does that sound cool? And then as we build these up, you know, it'll be like boom, boom, boom. We'll kind of add on to them because the assumption is that we're going to have more of these eventually. Okay, so then the exporter will be for iron essence. So now any and all iron essence that appears will be exported and be turned into iron ingots, which will then be imported. Is that cool? And then if we wanted to, we could throw a speed upgrade in there, but I don't know that there's a need. Like, we're not making iron essence that fast, right? We're definitely dumping it faster than we're producing it by far. So, right? And then rinse and repeat for all other essences. Now, some essences, right? Like, so for example, redstone essence. That only makes redstone. So we would do that there, right? But sand... we can make with dirt essence, which can make gravel, it can make red sand, it can make all kinds of things. So what we'll do is we'll use crafting recipes and drawers. What I should do is add some 2x2 drawer things to add essences here. And then we'll just have a drawer system for all our, like maybe a stack up this way, and we'll have like 20-ish. And that should be fine. I think that sounds cool, right? What do you guys think? Let me know. Does that sound like a good start to this little setup? All right, so the only downside here is that this element can eventually get exhausted, and when that happens, it'll stop harvesting, as we can see here, right? Currently not harvesting. Not the end of the world, because it will recharge itself, and then once it is fully recharged, capacity is 524,000. So with it being stabilized, I think it recharges a little bit faster, and then it'll run for a bit. If that becomes a problem for us, which I don't think it will, because I don't need like a stupid amount of resources, right? Like I could, we'll see. But I think we're good. So for now, let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time and we'll see how things go from there. And then what we'll do is I'll expand this kind of off camera and we'll probably maybe look at some other mods for a little bit because we've been doing a lot of elemental craft, but maybe we'll do more elemental craft. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. For now, take it easy.